the Pistol Shrimp. Do the Pistol Shrimp.
Welcome to the Shrimp and Good podcast, episode number 6, presented by Beaver Creek Golf Carts. This episode 6 of the official podcast for Pistol Shrimp Baseball. I'm Lucas Burris. That's Jayce Eustice, and welcome into the second half of the season as we are excited to bring you some, more Pistol Shrimp Baseball recaps and everything going on. But Jayce, how are you today?
I'm feeling good, man. Obviously, it was a good week of Pistol Shrimp Baseball. Came in riding that winning streak, lost it there in the middle, but we're able to get it right back and end the week on a right foot.
Yeah, I mean, it's 4-1 on the week. That's all that you can ask for if you're looking at this Pistol Shrimp team, and ended an 8-game winning streak and then decided, we'll restart one. It's fine. We'll beat the team.
That's what we do.
Ours. And I was talking to the broadcaster for the Paints. We'll get to that win though, but we'll come to town. He said, we'll come to town and you can end our 8-game winning streak. We'll extend ours to 7. And then the next day you can end our 7-game winning streak, and we'll all just go home and be like, oh, that was a nice series against a good team.
Absolutely.
So we'll get to all of that, but we'll start with what is happening earlier this week when the Pistol Shrimp were still moving forward with that 8-game winning streak. Let's start on Tuesday. That's when this week started. We only got Tuesday through Saturday. I think our shortest, recapped week of the year. We had an off day Monday, we had an off day Sunday. Welcome to July, because that's how it works. We will be off almost every Sunday, the next 3, including this one. So we have a beautiful July schedule, Jayce. But let's start on that Tuesday. A win over the Springfield Sliders, 9-2 at Schweikert Stadium. A big win for the Pistol Shrimp.
Yeah, that was really a nice win. And I got to give a lot of credit there to Jared Herzog. He went out 7 innings pitched, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks. Not a big strikeout game for him. It was something that we've come to expect, just the 4 Ks for him, but still did more than enough, was getting some contact, and was able to just continue to move through the lineup and get outs. Jason Shanner came in with those last 2 innings and really shut it down. 0 hits, 0 runs, 2 strikeouts for him as well. So it's nice to see him really finish up that game. It was just kind of business as usual for the Pistol Shrimp. Tucker Bougie went 3 for 4, 4 RBIs, scored a run, and that one. Chance Resettage 2 for 4, added an RBI. Jared Quant, though, I want to give a special shout out to. Easily his best game as a Pistol Shrimp. He went 3 for 5, added a run as well, and really kind of anchored the bottom of that lineup that we've talked about with manager John Jackmick. When the bottom of that lineup is getting on base and starts, that's when this team is at their absolute best. So for this one, it was just overall, the Shrimp walked 7 times, only struck out 8, scored 9 runs on 10 hits. And this was just a solid victory at home to start out the week for the Pistol Shrimp.
Yeah, and the Pistol Shrimp grabbed 2 stolen bases with the bottom of that lineup as well. Talking about a team that does not run very often. A really good game for Quant and Watanabe. You'll see as they really had a pretty good week for both of them this week in terms of batting at the bottom of this lineup and just making an impact, which was huge. To have this lineup go 1 through 9 and really be tough to handle in a week where they'll come in. We'll talk about their offensive stats. Really just were on a dominant offensive run, but this was an excellent start for the Pistol Shrimp. They continued to keep on rolling with a 9-2 victory over the Springfield Lucky Horseshoes on Tuesday. And like you said, a big win for Herzog, who's now got 4 on the year. He moved his record to 4-1. So Herzog continues to look good for the Pistol Shrimp, a lengthy outing, which is something we've almost gotten used to for these starters as well. We've had a lot of length from the Pistol Shrimp starters this season. And you want to talk about some good pitching again, we'll head over to a big win against the Quincy Gems the following day on Wednesday, an 11-1 victory, this close to a shutout for the Pistol Shrimp, but their first 10-run Mercy victory of the season.
No, absolutely. It was great to get. And I just got to also give a shout out to Tyler Conklin. And I kind of contend Tyler Conklin has been one of the unluckiest guys on the Pistol Shrimp roster as far as his stats go, because when you watch him pitch, he's been fantastic, and normally it's just 1 inning where something slips, and then all of a sudden his numbers don't look as good as the way that he pitched. But in this one, 5 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. It was a really good outing there for Conklin. He went out there and got the job done. Then he turned it over to Kevin Davis coming out of the bullpen. He took it the rest of the way. 1 2/3 innings pitched, 0 hits, 0 runs, did give up 3 walks, but in Kevin Davis fashion also struck out 3 as well. So in that one, really the big blow was that Bobby Cabin pinch hit grand slam comes in. How about a 1-for-1 with a homer and 4 RBI stat line for the big man? Logan Delgado had a good game too, 1 for 3 home run, 2 runs and 2 RBIs. Cody Watanabe, 2 for 2, 2 runs, RBI. This was just another one of those. It was efficiency. They were scoring a lot of runs, and they were doing it when they were getting pretty much anyone on base. They ended this one 1 inning short, which is what we wanted to see. We've been really close to kind of those mercy rule victories, haven't quite got one yet, but this time, put up 11 runs on 12 hits, And just once again, that pitching staff, we've talked about it all season, just remained dominant and just one run given up. And that just has been a common theme for the Pistol Shrimp pitching staff all season.
Yeah, this felt like the perfect victory for the Shrimp too, because only give up one run. The starter looks really good. Relievers come out, really good on the pitching side we've seen all year. But I think peak offensive performance as well for the Shrimp.
Absolutely.
11 runs on 12 hits, but 2 home runs as well is not something this offense has done very often this year in terms of one, just hitting home runs, but two, mixing 2 home runs in the same game to push your offensive output. And big shout out, like you said, Bobby Kevin, for just pushing us over the edge. We felt like we were going to win this game. And then Bobby Kevin said, I would like to go home a few innings early. And we were like, that sounds fine. That sounds great. So it's an 11-1 victory for the Shrimp. A few other good games as well. Quant picked up another hit in this game as well. And Tucker Bougie did pick up 2 more as well. So he just continues his good work for the Pistol Shrimp. But that's a 2-0 start to the week. So we head to the following day on Thursday, where we'll move to a 3-0 start on the week, a 7-4 victory for the Pistol Shrimp over the Clinton Lumber Kings in Clinton. And the man on the mound to do this one was Zach Losi.
Yeah, and this game was a little bit different from one that we've seen so far for the Pistol Shrimp. And what I mean by that is, when they came out and they grabbed an early lead, they put up 3 runs in that first inning, really anchored by a few errors on Clinton's side. But then Clinton, give them credit. They battled their way back, actually took the lead. And then immediately responding, the Pistol Shrimp offense just came back, took that lead for good, and took it on for a victory. So you mentioned Zach Losi. He was solid in this one. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Turned it over to the bullpen and Harrison Bodendorf. In his 3 innings, he gave up 3 hits, 2 runs. None of them were earned. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. And then Ty Weatherly came in and closed the door. 1 innings pitched. 0 hits, 0 runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. So in this one, Jack Johnston was solid once again. He went 2 for 4, collected 2 RBIs. Rios, Cavan, Hart, and Quant all added RBIs of their own as well. So the Shrimp in this one, they took advantage of 5 errors that were committed by Clinton. They used 2 big innings in that first, in that 7th, scored 3 in the first, 4 in the 7th to grab the victory. And I really like to see this because it wasn't this overwhelming, dominant pitching performance from the Pistol Shrimp, but it was kind of a grinded out game. And every once in a while, it's really nice to have that because that's what differentiates you from a good team to a great team.
Yeah, and for the Pistol Shrimp, they're coming off a victory the previous day against the Quincy Gems for a team who had already clinched the first half title, had a very good record. And then you go see the Lumber Kings, who were better in the second half of the season. They're one of the teams who lead the division in the second half so far, but only a 16-17 overall record. And that's the team that gives you that grind. You just beat up on a really good team, and then you're like, all right, we're going to head to Clinton. We've already beat them a few times this year, and then you get that grind. But an excellent victory, like you said, for the Pistol Shrimp there, that 7-4 win over the Lumber Kings. But the series that we were looking forward to all week, you couldn't have a better start. You go 3-0. Heading into Chillicothe, you're set. Chillicothe's a very good team. You go, if we get swept by Chillicothe, it's fine. We still had a 3-2 week, but we don't want to do that. You know what I mean? But we know It's going to be real difficult to sweep what has been one of the best teams in the Prospect League. They've already clinched the division title. They've been in there in the top record, currently with the second best record in the league, only behind Danville. So this is going to be a fun 2-game series at Schweikert Stadium. And I got started with a weird and wacky game in Friday, but Pistol Shrimp did lose for the first time in a long time, but they lost 6-2 to the Paints in what was a game where the Pistol Shrimp fought, but just couldn't handle the Paints in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And this was a real measuring stick game for the Shrimp. We talked about it during the game with manager John Jackamick, and just facing off a team that has been as hot as the Pistol Shrimp coming into this one. And not too often do you see guys come in, with a 6-game winning streak and an 8-game winning streak going up against each other. And hey, someone's got to lose a game. And in this one, it was going to be the Pistol Shrimp. But Tucker Bougie, he did a great job. We talked with John during the game. He was on short rest. Normally, they like to give him a little bit of extended rest when he's pitching because of obviously he's playing on his off pitching days and doing a great job doing that as well. So he went out there, got the start, 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. What I like about this for him is he just kept the team in the game. We didn't let things slip away, just continued to grind out at bats. Turned it over to Evan Heine, who came in with 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. T. Conrad came in and took it the rest of the way. 3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs. 2 of them were earned, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts, including giving up a home run. So for this one, the Shrimps just couldn't get the bats going. They scored 2 runs on 2 hits. Luke Adams, he delivered a big solo shot in this one that kind of gave us a little bit of hope before the Paints came back and really put it away. But the Paints, they struck out 14 Shrimp in this one. They continued to add on throughout the game to grab the win at Schweikert Stadium and put an end to Illinois Valley's sizable winning streak.
Yeah, and this was a slow offensive game for the Shrimp as well, which is something we just hadn't seen over the 8-game winning streak.
Yeah.
The Pistol Shrimp were averaging over 9 runs per game, and then the Paint starting pitching, and this one with Gabe just really shut the door with the relievers just going an inning of work after that and holding them solid at 2 runs and 2 hits. And for the Pistol Shrimp, they made their most errors in over a week as well with 2. So if you want to know how well the Pistol Shrimp had been playing defense, just 1 or 2 errors kind of snowballed for the Shrimp and ended up being the 6-2 loss. But like you said, a good game for certain players, continuing to pick up hits, especially Jared Quant again picks up another hit. Every game he played this week, Quant picked up a hit for the Pistol Shrimp. That's a solid contributor this week as well. And the first 0-for we've seen for Tucker Bougie in a while as well. End up going 0-for-4 in this game. And I think, that top of the lineup, Pistol Shrimp didn't record a hit in their top 4. It's going to be tough to win a game when you just do that for the Shrimp. But you knew it was a good team. So it felt like a weird game, and it felt like the one you wanted to lose, because then you can go into the next day and pick up some momentum after that. You lose the first game, you'll come back. And it was just a weird Friday night game. So on Saturday, I walked to the ballpark and I was like, I feel like we're going to win today. Like, it just felt like it was a good game to play. Noah Schultz is going to be on the mound. I know we're going to have a good day today. And that's exactly what happened. This was a signature Pistol Shrimp victory on Saturday, 6-0, just enough runs and really, really quality starting pitching.
Oh, absolutely. They bounced right back after that hard loss and gave the Paints their absolute A game on Saturday. And it started right from the jump with the starting pitcher. You touched on it, Noah Schultz. I mean, just his numbers throughout the entire season have been absolutely insane. He continued to add to that last night. That was 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 0 runs, 0 walks, 7 strikeouts, but not to be outdone as he finished his day, turned it over to Ty Weatherly, who came in and was just as dominant. 4 innings pitched, 1 hit, 0 runs, and 8 strikeouts for the product. Man, he just came in. It was his best outing of the season. He looked absolutely fantastic. We've seen the strikeouts kind of trend up in the right direction for Weatherly. We talked about it with manager Jakimick. He wanted to stretch him out a little bit. He wanted to see if he could possibly take the game the rest of the way, and he answered that call. The pitching staff been dominant all season, and I think on Saturday those arms were at the top of their game, and they showed what they can actually do to opposing lineups. Tucker Bougie, he bounced back as well. He went 2-for-4, a couple RBIs. Harry Martyrer had a good game in this one. He went 2-for-4, a couple runs. Geiselman, Lucky, both also collected 2 hits towards the bottom of that lineup. So the Shrimp bounced back. They gave up, committed 0 errors, struck out 15 Paints, walked 0. And that is just all the ingredients of a dominant bounce back win at home against a team that, hey, they were on a 7-game winning streak and to split this 2-game series.
Yeah, and for these teams as well, it was we build it as 2 teams that are going to meet. And it's going to be some immovable forces, and they did exactly what you think they would do. They split 1-1 in a 2-game series, and each team had a really good pitching performance, and each team had a pretty good hitting performance in the 2 games. I mean, Pistol Shrimp scored 8 total runs, and the Chillicothe Paints scored 6 total runs. So not a bad series for either team as well. But again, some really good performances there on the pitching side of things for the Pistol Shrimp. And what I really loved in this game was spread around the offense. They did that all week. If you look at the weekly stats for the Pistol Shrimp, you'll see that the offense numbers really spread around this week. Nobody had that, wow, this person had a great week this week, because so many people recorded hits this week. So many people had good games. And you can just see it in this game, because if you go down the lineup, there's 4 guys with 2 hits, and there's 3 guys with 1 hit, and there's RBI numbers that are just being moved around the field like that. That's just a really, really good game for the Pistol Shrimp here. And it's good to see Noah Schultz one last time before he heads to the MLB draft a week from today, Jayce. Well, a week from today, we're going to be sitting there watching our TV screens, hoping that we hear Noah's name called in the first round of the 2022 MLB draft. We were really excited to look forward to that. And we talked about it at the end of the broadcast, and you interviewed Schultz after the game, but, a big thank you and congratulations to Noah Schultz, because he was absolutely fantastic this year. It's so exciting. Just watch him perform, and I know the fans really enjoyed it as well. So, we're going to miss Noah, but he's off to bigger and better things, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. It was great to just see him perform throughout the entire season. And John touched on it during the broadcast, and it was really put on display after the game where, trying to conduct an interview, and he's already got a crowd of kids around just trying to get that last autograph from him, that last photo, just anything before he heads off to, like you said, bigger and better things. And congratulations to Noah. And hoping the best moving forward.
Absolutely. So the Pistol Shrimp, a very good week this week. They'll finish it 4-1. Let's talk about how the Pistol Shrimp currently sit on the season. Pistol Shrimp 24-12 overall, 12-6 at home, 12-6 away, and 4-1 in the second half. They're currently second in the East Wabash River Division, but they have hold on that playoff spot because Danville's record and finish does not matter. So as long as the Pistol Shrimp just finish ahead of the Rex and Aviators, we will be okay. And that's where the Pistol Shrimp currently stand. Danville's in first at 4-0. Pistol Shrimp are second at 4-1. Then the Rex are 3-2, and the Aviators are 1-2 for the East Wabash River Division. But it's been a very good statistical season so far for the Pistol Shrimp, Jayce. They have some really, really good numbers.
Yeah, they do. And that offense has just continued to trend in the right direction. Now got that team batting average up to 267, which is good enough for sixth in the Prospect League. They've scored 245 runs, which is second in the Prospect League. And in that pitching staff, we talked about it all season, a 364 team ERA, which is easily the best in the Prospect League as we stand right now, but not to mention 396 team strikeouts, also best for first in the Prospect League. Pretty much when you go online, you kind of look at the stats in most statistical categories on the pitching side, the Pistol Shrimp are right there towards the top. And then you kind of move over to the, the defensive side, got that 960 fielding percentage, tied for third, and a total of 943 putouts in second in the Prospect.
Yeah, that defensive numbers for the Shrimp, they have been in the bottom of the Prospect League all season long. And now, after 2 really good weeks of defense, they find themselves all the way up, tied for third in the league. And I want to put that put-out number on there, Jayce, because that is how much opportunities the Pistol Shrimp have had. They have the second most opportunities in the league. Now they find themselves with the third most fielding percentage, which is just insane.
I was a little taken back. That's why I took a second. I was like, are we really moved up to third in the Prospect League and fielding percentage? That's amazing.
We were in the below 10 all year long. And now, thanks to the rest of the league for making a lot of errors. I do have to say there's a lot of teams that dropped, but we moved right up to 960. Now we were at 957 like last 2 weeks. We only moved up 3 points, but it moved up all the way from like 12th to third. So like shout out the rest of the league for making some errors this week. But for the Pistol Shrimp on those season categories, just really good, that pitching side of things and the runs as well. But what we've seen lately, Jayce, is a lot of players enter the top 10 in the leaderboards. In terms of the batting sides of things, the Pistol Shrimp are just locking down some really key statistical categories this season. Let's look at those batting leaders, Jayce.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's just lead it off with the leader of the offense. It has been Tucker Bougie. He comes in currently second in batting average with a 398 clip. He also comes in third in on-base percentage with a 491 clip. And how about fourth in slugging in 624? So Tucker Bougie doing everything he can to put his name into that consideration for MVP of the league, prospect of the year. Chance Resetich comes in tied for fifth in runs with 29. Tucker Bougie once again tied for seventh in hits with 37. Chance Resetich right behind him in the top 10, tied for 10th with 36. Ivan Witt continues to be a double machine, comes in tied for fifth with 8 on the season. Chance Resetich also has 8 on the season, so tied with his teammate there. Tucker Bougie tied for third in RBIs with 30. He finally eclipsed into that 30 grouping just the other night. Chance Resetich tied for third in hit by pitches, your favorite statistical category. He does have 9. And Justin Rios, we saw a couple last night from him, now tied for 10th in hit by pitches with 7 as well.
Yeah, Justin Rios might end up chasing Chance Resetich for that team title.
He's on the way.
Might end up seeing who has the race for the tops in the league as well. But Resetich has been in that top 10 all year long. Now Rios finds himself there in the hit by pitch categories. But we talk about some key players. We continue to read Chance Resetich's name. We continue to read Tucker Bougie's name on these lists. Those two have been really, really good this season for the Shrimp in terms of just the production that they've put out. But on the pitching side of things, we're still waiting for those qualifiers for some of these pitchers as well. Prospect League, you have to pitch at least an inning in every game played to qualify for an ERA title. So in the Prospect League, we play 60 games. So by the end of the year, if you need 60 innings pitched, I don't know how many people are going to get there. We'll see how that ends up playing out. But for right now, this is what we got. Jared Herzog is tied for third in wins with 4. He continues to climb up those leaderboards as well. Jared Herzog also tied for second in the league in strikeouts with 45. Ty Weatherly now all the way up to tied for third in strikeouts with 42. Kevin Davis tied for 8 with 37, and Noah Schultz tied for 8 with 37. So when you look at, Pistol Shrimp, really good in batting, but you don't have all those qualified, average leaders. really good at striking out pitchers because we have 4 guys in the top 10 who just really good at striking out. So Herzog, Weatherly, Davis, and Schultz really good. And then Herzog, we were talking about it as well as we look at Bougie, who's climbing up those MVP leaderboards in the Prospect League. I'm really looking at Jared Herzog and climbing up that Cy Young leaderboard in the Prospect League as well.
No, absolutely. He's putting his name in contention. He's done everything when he goes out there and he gets the ball. He's giving his team a chance to win. Obviously, we talked about he's tied for third with wins with 4, but he's getting those strikeouts. And even his appearance that we saw this week didn't have big strikeout numbers, but really stretched his arm out and gave his team to win. That's all you ask for from an ace.
Yeah, just a quality start from most Pistol Shrimp pitchers this week. And that is this past week in Pistol Shrimp baseball action. Let's look forward to what's coming up this week at Schweikert Stadium and everything going on. It's another shorter week for the Pistol Shrimp. They will play Monday, though, so we will get in 6 games this week for an off day a week from today on the following Sunday. Let's look at what's coming up this week in Pistol Shrimp baseball action.
Yeah, starting off this week for Pistol Shrimp on Monday, July 11th, they will travel to Wabash Valley Rex. That is a 6:30 start before returning back home on Tuesday, July 12th. That will be taking on the Clinton Lumber Kings, 7:05 start. Then they'll be traveling back to Clinton Lumber Kings on Wednesday, July 13th for a 6:30 start on that one. Then they will wrap up a 2-game road trip on Thursday, July 14th at the Quincy Gems. That's a 6:35 p.m. start. Then they will return home for 2 weekend games. Friday, July 15th against the Normal Corn Belters and a 7:05 start. That should be a really good one there. And then on Saturday, they'll wrap up their week on July 16th against those Quincy Gems, another 7:05 p.m. start.
Yeah, so for the Pistol Shrimp this week, they'll play the Lumber Kings twice. They'll again play the Quincy Gems twice, and then we'll also throw in Rex and Normal for some contests this week. So we'll have some familiar opponents throughout the 6 games we play this week. But we also have some wonderful theme nights coming up this week as well. We'll start on Tuesday, one of my favorite theme nights of the year. It's Bark in the Park presented by Q Hit Music. On Tuesday, we'll have an exciting night of dog festivities, including on and off the field dog activities, which last year, remember, we had a dog race, we had a trick contest, we had who can listen best and all that fun stuff. We'll have all that fun stuff on the field and outside the field. Ivar will be there as well. Our 50-50 that night will benefit Ivar. They'll have their table out and about so you can check out all the dog items that they have, and you'll just be able to bring your wonderful dog to the park and let the players see him. We'll get pictures and everything for that. So come out with your dog. The attendance we're trying to beat is 37. We had 37 dogs at the ballpark last year. I want to see 50 this year, at least 50 dogs. We will count them in the attendance numbers. We will put that down. So
absolutely
be ready to bring your dog to the park on Tuesday. It's an exciting night. And if you're worried about it, don't worry. There's a dog park right there as well. So if you don't want to hold them in the park all along, bring them over to Wiggly Field just outside Schweikert Stadium. You can have there. But we're welcoming all dogs to the park. On Tuesday, the food vendor will be the Doghouse LaSalle and Big B Barbecue. And the first pitch will be from Mayday the Minister's owner, Pastor Bill Jacobson. Of course, Mayday the Minister, 3-legged dog, who's just the cutest dog I have ever seen. So they will throw out the first pitch on Tuesday. But then our biggest theme night of the year, Jayce, is on Friday, our big Halloween bash. It's Frightful Friday, Halloween in July, co-sponsored by Peru Federal Savings Bank on Friday, July 15th. The food vendor will be the Doghouse LaSalle. We'll have special guests with Peru Federal Savings Bank, State Farm agent Jessica Scrouch, and AT&T. And we will also, again, have the biggest hit of last year, South Claus Sam's Spooky Scavenger Hunt will be taking place during the game. If you don't remember, the kids get a nice little scavenger hunt sheet. They will have a bag to go trick-or-treating around. They will stop by all the stations that we have out, and they'll be able to get a little stamp, a little sticker, and complete their scavenger hunt for a prize. So we're really excited for another night. Come out in your Halloween costumes. We'll have kids who will be enjoying the game. It's just like Halloween in October, but instead it's Halloween in July at Schweikert Stadium. So we're really excited for what's going on Friday. And then we'll cap the week off on Saturday with Heyman Steel Corporation Night. CSC will be out at the ballpark. The food vendor that night will be the Doghouse LaSalle and Ditto's Pretzels. You can check out the cool dugout wrap from CSC. If you have not seen it this year, it's on our home dugout. It is a beautiful dugout wrap over there. You'll be able to check that out. really be pushing that night as well. But Eureka Savings Bank, South Claw Sam Shrimp Scampi Club will be there as well for a pregame parade at 6:30. And Depot's Ace Hardware will be out and about the ballpark as well, helping us out and making sure that you are having an excellent night on Saturday. And then on Sunday, for those Kids Club members, this is just a reminder that you will have your Kids Club lunch from 12 to 2 at the YMCA with the players. So those Kids Clubs perks are coming in. You got a parade this week and you have lunch with the players on Sunday. So the Eureka Savings Bank, South Claw Sam Shrimp Scampi Kids Club, some big events this week. But Jayce, I've said a lot that we're doing this week, but we always got to say what's happening every game at Schweikert Stadium.
Yeah, absolutely. This season, every game at Schweikert Stadium always is going to have beer from Tangle Roots Brewing Company, cocktails provided by Star Union Spirits, of course, on-field activities for every age happening in between innings, on the field, off the field, just all over the place. Of course, the so cute $50,000 shrimp rattle and roll, a chance to win $50,000. So be sure to be putting your lucky number tickets in there for a chance to compete in that one. Speaking of lucky numbers, lucky number giveaways from Ferguson, Jersey Mike's, Heritage Health, and the Illinois Valley YMCA happening every game as well. And of course, one of the fan favorites, Mr. Sparkle Auto Spa's dirtiest car in the lot, where they're giving away a free car wash at every home game for the Pistol Shrimp throughout the season.
Yeah, so that is what's happening every game, and you now know what's happening this week at Schweikert Stadium for Pistol Shrimp Baseball. Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday big games this week at Schweikert Stadium, all 7:05 first pitches as always. But Jayce, it is officially that time of the podcast. It's time to name our Shrimply Good Players of the Week, presented by Tangled Roots Brewing Company. This week, we spread out the offense for the Pistol Shrimp. It was a difficult week to name who was going to be our player of the week. I was going through the stats and we're thinking, who are we going to do? There was 4 different players in the Pistol Shrimp this week with 6 hits total. That was second most on the team this week. But the man who gets the nod is more than deserving because he really, really broke out this week. Our first Shrimply Good Player of the Week is going to go to Jared Quant. Quant 6 for 15 this week for a 400 batting average. He also added 3 runs, an RBI, a double, and a stolen base. But the big thing for Quant is his offensive production came in a time where the Pistol Shrimp felt like they really needed it as they spread out the offense around. He was a big catalyst at the bottom of the Pistol Shrimp lineup this week, and he will get our first Shrimply Good Player of the Week nod this season, his first, and a very, very good week for Jared Quant, picking up a 400 batting average and being a very good contributor to this Pistol Shrimp team.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations there to Jared. He's been playing well throughout the entire season, and we're starting to see him trending up like a lot of other Pistol Shrimp hitters. And it's great to see because it's seeing that hard work really come to fruition for him. So great job there by Jared. And then on the other side of things, our other Shrimply Good Player of the Week, I'm going to give it to Ty Weatherly, man. Ty Weatherly had a fantastic week, 5 innings pitched, 1 hit given up, 0 runs, just 1 walk, and 10 strikeouts. So striking out 2 opposing batters for every innings he's pitched. And how about just a 0 ERA? And whenever you're doing that from the pitching side of things, you're going to be in contention for a Shrimply Good Player of the Week honor. Congratulations to Ty Weatherly. He's continued to just be solid this entire season. He's getting those strikeout numbers that continue to rise in the Prospect League ranks. And without a doubt, he was our best arm out there throughout this week.
Yeah, and we talked about how difficult it was to name a hitter. It was not very difficult to name a pitcher this week.
Fantastic.
Went to Ty Weatherly and went, oh, you didn't give up any runs and only allowed 1 hit and a walk? Perfect. Oh, there was also 10 strikeouts and only 5 innings of work. Hello, Ty Weatherly. Congrats. You're the other Shrimply Good Player of the Week, presented by Tangled Roots Brewing Company. It was an excellent week of Pistol Shrimp baseball action. Jayce, I'm excited for what's to come next week. Jayce, how you feeling coming into this coming week?
No, we're feeling good, man. Everybody we're talking to in the dugout, they seem, the vibes are good. Everybody's playing for each other. We're starting to get into those dog days of summer, but it doesn't really feel like it with this Pistol Shrimp team. They're continuing, they were a little disappointed. Obviously, they weren't able to kind of lock up that first round play or that first half playoff spot. But since then, they have not slowed down, coming out 4-1 in the second half, wanting to keep that going. And I know we don't have to worry about Danville finishing ahead of us, but we all know it'd feel a lot better to just lock down first place in the second half and beat Danville in the second half and set itself up for a great playoff series.
Yeah, I think the Pistol Shrimp either way know that they want to face Danville in that 1-game playoff. And that's all that's going to matter at the end of the season is traveling to Danville and beating the Dans in a 1-game playoff. That is what is happening. And hopefully the Pistol Shrimp can reach that goal by the end of the season. The first half, or the second half, I should say, is just getting started. We're only a week in. We've got all of July and a week into August to finish off this Prospect League season. The Pistol Shrimp continue to roll, and it's looking really good to start. But thank you for joining us on another edition of the Shrimply Good podcast. We hope to see everyone at the ballpark for some Pistol Shrimp baseball action this week. Remember, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, 7:05 pitch at Schweikert Stadium. If you can't make it to the game, remember you can listen for free live on the Pistol Shrimp Radio Network on your phone or online. Just go to pistolshrimpbaseball.com or download the Pistol Shrimp Baseball mobile app. If you want to watch the game, join me and Jayce on Prospect League TV. Just go to prospectleague.tv to learn more. Thank you for stopping by episode 6 of the Shrimply Good podcast presented by Beaver Creek Golf Carts. Fear the Claw, and we'll see you next time.
Do the Pistol Shrimp. Do the Pistol Shrimp.